Actually, let's do some of that inquiry now. So before we do it, just understanding that we're getting to those programs that tell us that that I'm afraid to go to certain places because it might be scary, might be too much, might be overwhelming. When actually what many of us are finding is when we go to those places, there's a deeper sense of rest. Like not always right at the beginning, but as we move through these things, we find that. So it's really the mind scaring us. So this inquiry is for the mind that's scaring us. Let's take a few moments and just breathe, notice breath. As you take a breath in through your nose, let the in breath help you feel into the inner body fully, the torso area with each breath. When you breathe out, just noticing the space around everything with the out breath. Breathing in to feel more deeply, breathing out to rest as the awareness in which everything is happening. So I'd like you to pull up one of the three areas, like an addiction issue, or where you're holding back, or where you're triggered, especially an area where you feel some resistance to really going there. That would be a good one to choose. And just get the sense before we do this of how if you go there, your mind tells you that could be scary. Like, I don't know. Feel that? And so now then drop in the inquiry. Here's your inquiry. Inquiry around this will actually bring safety. If I inquire into this, I'll find safety. This allows all those assumptions to come. Just notice and allow them. Inquiry will bring safety. Truth is, we don't know. We're just looking to see what the mind believes. We don't know what will come. So when you say inquiry will bring safety, see what the mind says and the energy with it. Again, continuing to look at this one area where you feel resistance. Inquiry will bring safety. Inquiry will bring safety. Stay with it. one more layer here. Inquiry will, if I inquire into this area, that will bring safety. I will experience safety. Let's go a step above that. Freedom is safe. Whatever freedom means for you, or whatever word you want to put there, freedom is safe. Again, it's not about this thought being true or not. We're just using that thorn to pull up other thorns. What are you believing? Can you just allow that? Freedom is safe. For some, that might be a little too abstract. We'll do one more round of that. Freedom is safe. But here's the thing. So I think most of us know that if we go deep into this area, there will be a deeper abiding and all of that. It's not that we don't know this, it's that there's just resistance. So as we stand here looking at these areas, look at all three of these areas: the compulsive energy, the holding back, and then your triggers. I don't get anything out of resisting inquiry here. I don't get anything out of it. You may see safety, you may see other things. What do I get out of not inquiring into this craving when it comes? What am I getting out of not inquiring into holding back? I don't get anything out of not inquiring into this. If you can see that you're getting something, it'll help you understand your resistance more. It's not just happening for no reason. We're getting something out of the resistance. Just seeing it now. And then another inquiry is, I don't need to stay safe. I don't mind feeling pain in this process. I don't need to stay safe all the time. I'm open to feeling pain. See what comes. This is not to diminish the need for safety or the importance of it. It's just plucking out some thoughts here, feelings. I don't need to stay safe. I'm open to feel. Now let's just do a little bit of inquiry on these three areas. Remember, the areas are compulsive energy, holding back, and then just your usual triggers. Let's just sit here together and notice what comes up. Maybe nothing comes, it's just quiet, but just notice what comes up naturally for you. A person comes in, or an event, something comes into your consciousness, an object that feels relevant. You feel some energy with it. Wait for that to happen naturally and see if you can discover which category it goes into. If it's quiet, it's quiet. But if something starts to sneak in, let it come in and just see if you can discern which of these is it. Because that gives you an inroad right into inquiry when you notice it. If you don't know, you might not even know how to look at it or to look at it. So let's go ahead and bring in somebody, the last person that you had a dispute with. I have no idea what happened. Somebody where there's some energy on it, just pull that person in. What category does this go in? Were you holding back? Were you just triggered and believing something unconscious to it? Was it something about compulsion? Let's assume that it was you were just triggered. Find somebody that triggered you. You weren't really holding back necessarily, just upset. Notice, like, before we start, how little you see of it. It's like the memory of the event, maybe some feeling or energy with it, maybe a few other thoughts. You can't yet see how much is darkened out because that's what the science is saying. It's saying this arises as just a reaction. Very little is shown to you. But now, as you see that person, boomerang that, what deficiency story arose for me in that dispute? And then just reverse it. And here come all the things that were hiding in the dark. So unlovable. Just let it all roll. Suddenly, what was dark comes into light. Now, allow it. Notice as you pull more of the darkness into the light and just rest with it, it's like it increasingly feels less and less important. Stay with it until it's like it starts to let go of you at some point. The more you kind of see of it and it's not unconscious anymore. So just continue resting, reverse it again if you need to. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfect as I am. No, you're not. Here it comes. Notice if the past comes in, like if you see mom or dad sneaking in, that really shows us how there's so little is being seen during those triggers. Because when you were triggered with the person, did you see mom and dad? This is why the unconsciousness remains, is because so much is hidden in those triggers. But now you might see more of it. If mom and dad or something from the past comes up, you can actually reverse the inquiry with them because chances are it's the same deficiency story getting triggered. So with mom and dad up, I'm lovable. There's nothing wrong with me. And then here come those layers that we're hiding. So let's do one more round of just having the person up where you had the dispute with them. It's good to just repeat because there are layers there that you can't see. So reversing the deficiency story again. See what else is left there. At this point, it might be like lighter, more vague, maybe less energy. So you can see that then it's kind of letting go of you at that point, which is what allows for the deeper rest. Because as long as you're unconsciously fixated on that, see, as you bring that into awareness, it gets lighter and lighter. It's like your consciousness can withdraw from that object, making that object really important, whatever it is. And then just now resting as the awareness that remains. So if you did this throughout the day, be very powerful. You want to keep it somatic based because all these categories are connecting to one area, if you notice. Just trust your body.